place to do that in this marvelous new facility. I want to welcome you on behalf of Georgia Tech and the entire community. Recognize a few folks that are here with us, special guests. First of all, Chancellor Hank Huckabee from the University System. We're fortunate to have Regent Ben Tarbutton from one of the board regents with us. And Regent Tommy Hopkins. Regent Hopkins. Today we also finished up the meeting of the Georgia Tech Foundation trustees. I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized. And I'd like to ask Donna Highland, the president of the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, to stand. We're glad to have you here. And finally, my wife, Val. Well, what a great day for Georgia Tech and for the city of Atlanta and, in fact, the region. We're very grateful for the opportunity and for your willingness to join us for the ribbon cutting for this facility. It was made possible by a partnership between Georgia State, the state of Georgia, Children's Healthcare, Emory, and a number of other anonymous donors, some of which are with us here today. It's a building that was the result of a great partnership between a number of organizations. We partnered with the state, which committed to give us $64 million with the promise that we would raise $34 million of private funds to support the construction of the building and add $15 million from our own resources to complete the $113 million facility. And I'm pleased to be able to tell you that today the building is 80% paid for with a commitment over the next 5 years from private donors to pay for the remaining 20%. A really remarkable accomplishment for a building like this. Give yourself a round. There are a lot of people that are responsible for the success of this building. Certainly Governor Nathan Deal and the legislature, Lieutenant Casey Cagle, the Georgia General Assembly for believing in the importance of the facility and recognizing the marvelous things that are going to happen here in terms of healthcare, in terms of economic development, and the science and research that will occur in this building. Today, we'll hear from Chancellor Huckabee and Regent Tarbutton and Donna Highland. We'll also hear from Professor M.G. Finn, who's chair of our School of Chemistry and Biochemistry. And we're hoping that our good friend George P. Burdell will be here, although you know how busy he is and he might not be able to make it. As I look around the room and look around this facility, I can't help but think of the marvelous things that are going to happen in this building in the years to come, or the marvelous cooperation that led to the construction and equipping of this building. Equipping the building not with just facilities and laboratory equipment, but equipping it with types of people, the students, the faculty, and staff that are going to do some truly remarkable and amazing things. Some of you were here, in fact, on March 8th of 2013, just 30 months ago, when we did the groundbreaking of the building. And it's changed a little bit since then. It was a hole in the ground at that particular time. There's great potential for discovery and application in the building, and we're looking forward to the marvelous things that will happen here. This particular building has an unusual spatial organization, and you'll hear from Professor Finn about that organization over a little bit later on in the remarks. We've organized the facility in a way that we think provides the greatest opportunity for collaboration between faculty, researchers, students, and staff from a number of different backgrounds. And we're very excited about the opportunity that it presents and the opportunity that these research neighborhoods will provide for them to interact in ways that they may never have been able to in traditional departmental or academic buildings. There'll be great opportunities for interdisciplinary collaboration, which will create an environment for breakthrough discoveries. At our groundbreaking in 2013, if you were here, you might remember that Chancellor Huckabee predicted that one day I would be back with a request for EBB2 funding. I won't go into that today or at this particular moment, but it just shows what a great and insightful leader he is. It's my pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the University System of Georgia, Hancock.
Yes, all of us have points in our life that we regret. I had no doubt, though, that Bud would be back. He's always back. But he's always welcome. This facility, I was here on the day that we looked into that deep hole. And I was privileged to come back later during midway of the construction. But no way could I have imagined what this facility would ultimately look like. And it's a tribute not just to the state of Georgia, but to you. I know the foundation trustees are here. You've given generously, and it's paying off. And I'm confident, I can make prediction, that with EBB 2 and 3, you will be asked to give generously again. And one trustee has already told me that he hoped the ratio of foundation support relative to state support would be 80-20. And I knew he wasn't talking about 20 for us. But it is a great day to be here. This building is a manifestation of what America's research universities have made. Game-changing advances all over this country. And it's vital that universities like Georgia Tech continue to do so in the area of research. So the research that's conducted here can create products and services based on what our labs, comes out of our labs. Georgia Tech is no newcomer to this. They have a long track record of doing just that. Their research and partnership with business and industry, Georgia Tech is an economic engine for Georgia and the Southeast, with an annual impact of well over $2.6 billion. This new engineered biosystems building is a strategic resource for the biosciences sector, one of Georgia's fastest growing industries. According to the latest Georgia Life Science Industry Analysis, the life science industry and university research, plus the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, have a $20 billion annual impact on Georgia and this city, and they employ more than 94,000 people. This building reflects Georgia Tech's partnership and alignment with the growing life sciences industry. The focus on biotechnology associated with medicine and human health will build on existing strengths in the Atlanta metro area. Research in the EBB will strengthen the biotech environment for Georgia, including cell therapies, regenerative medicine, and new biomaterials. This building will provide outstanding faculty, students, and staff with the resources that will lead to success. It is an investment in our future. Not only does it have the potential to take Georgia Tech's science and engineering programs to the next level, this facility will also significantly enhance Georgia Tech's commercialization efforts, which thereby will stimulate job growth in the state and this community, and would result in new startup companies. This building, massive building, is a tangible example of the power of partnership. And that's one of the themes that I've attempted to sound throughout my term as Chancellor of the University System. It's amazing how much we can do together when we work together. And I'm so proud that we have this facility today. As the President noted, we are thankful for the support of the legislature, particularly support of the Board of Regents and the governor. An item this large does not get in the budget without support of the governor, and he has been there when we need him most. I appreciate your presence here. Thank you for what you continue to do and will do in the future for Georgia Tech and for the state of Georgia. I have some written comments that I'm supposed to read and bring Ben Tarbutton III to the podium, but I'm going to say what I really think about him. Ben Tarbutton is a perfect example of the kind of young people who are taking the place of old folks like me, that are going to guide and direct this state's future for years to come, and it will be a good future. I was very fortunate. The first 18 months of my term as Regent Chancellor, he was my board chair, and we grew to like each other, support each other, and after 18 months, I still feel that way. Come
Well, thank you, Chancellor. Those very, very kind words. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of yours. And you know, Chancellor Huckabee has done a tremendous job for the state of Georgia, but he has also done a wonderful job for Georgia Tech. And so I think everyone here knows that. It's always fun to get back on campus, and I'm excited to be back on campus today to celebrate you know, something on the academic side, and I look forward to being back on campus tomorrow to celebrate what we all are looking forward to as a Georgia Tech home football victory. So it's a great Tech weekend for me. Georgia Tech's strength in philanthropy, along with its reputation for excellence in engineering and science, and its track record of partnering with business, industry, government, and non-government organizations were the deciding factors in making the engineered biosystems building a reality. We expect the return on investment for the EBB to be outstanding. Georgia Tech's enhanced focus on biotechnology associated with medicine and human health will build on existing strengths in Atlanta while enhancing economic development of the region. But even better, we expect the scientific advances made here to represent significant steps forward in the improvement of human condition. That's pretty difficult to put a price tag on that. Georgia Tech is one of the nation's greenest universities. So while we celebrate the dedication of this amazing new facility this afternoon, we should also note that this building has been built with considerable thought given to sustainability. Future students, teachers, and researchers will benefit from that. And here are just a few examples. This building contains 43 kilowatt photovoltaic array to harness solar energy, a 247,000 gallon multi-building cistern system for toilets and irrigation, energy recovery systems to recapture air, water, waste, heat, chilled beams, and solar hot water heating systems. And it has reused the existing lumber from trees that once stood on these grounds. I was privileged to lend support to this project from its early days, and now I'm thrilled to take a part of this dedication ceremony for the Engineered Biosystems building. This is just the beginning. The EBB will ensure that Georgia Tech is at the forefront of the convergent science revolution, and I can't wait to hear about the great advances that will be made here. Thank you for letting me be a part of this program.
Thank you, Chancellor Regent Tarbutton. This building would certainly not have been possible without your support. When we were first starting to talk about this, Regent Tarbutton was chair of the Regents, the Board of Regents, and was instrumental, and certainly the support of Chancellor Huckabee helped this project come to fruition. You know, I think many of you in the room are very familiar with the partnership we have with Emory. It's been a great partnership that has created one of the best biomedical engineering programs in the country. What you may not be quite as familiar with are some of the new burgeoning partnerships we have, partnerships with the Centers for Disease Control, with Georgia Regents University, particularly the dental school there, and with one of the fastest growing partnerships that we have with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's an amazing partnership that allows our researchers, our engineers, our scientists to work with doctors at Children's to try to identify problems and identify solutions. It is a terrific partnership. It will, you can see some of the ongoing activities of that partnership in a kiosk just out in the hall. And it's a great pleasure for me to be able to introduce the President and CEO of Children's, Ms. Donna Hyland.
Well, what a pleasure it is to be here today. Thanks to all of our friends. I see lots of Georgia Tech friends that are also great friends to Children's. We've actually had a long partnership. Children's is celebrating our 100th anniversary this year.